What would make a man swear never to touch water again for the rest of his life? And why would an entire village follow him? This story is filled with unexpected twists, powerful lessons, and an ending that will leave you speechless. In this village, there was no proper water for drinking or bathing. Their only source of water was a river called Tomorrow River. This river was their lifeline, a gift from God. It never dried up, and the villagers depended on it for everything. One day, tragedy struck. A boy who had been playing at home went missing. Hours later, they found his lifeless body in the river. The sight was heartbreaking. The pain of losing his son drove the father into deep anger and grief. In front of the entire village, he knelt by the river and swore, "I will never touch this water again for the rest of my life." From that day, the man stopped drinking, bathing, or using the river in any way. Strangely, he remained healthy. People were amazed and started praising him. If he can survive without water, maybe we can too, they thought. But what the villagers didn't know was his secret. At night, he quietly fetched water from the river and stored it in his house. He used it for drinking and cooking, but never bathed. He kept this secret because he was a village leader and didn't want to lose respect after his public vow. Meanwhile, the villagers began to suspect the river was cursed. Some said the boy's death was caused by the water. Others claimed the river glowed at night, calling it evil. Out of fear, they decided to stop using the river altogether. They threw trash into it and tried to block it to make sure no one could use it again. Then, one morning, they woke up to find the river gone. The water had disappeared completely. That's when their real suffering began. Without the river, there was no water to drink, cook, or bathe. The villagers grew weak from thirst. Many couldn't even stand. Some tried digging to bring the water back, but nothing worked. Others searched the forests for water, but there was none. Crying filled the village as people grew desperate. Many fell unconscious and some even died. The man, who had secretly stored water, was fine at first. But soon, his supply ran out too. He began to suffer just like everyone else. In the end, he faced the same fate as the villagers. The entire village paid the price for their actions, and many lives were lost because of the loss of Tomorrow River. Lessons from this story. 1. Water is life. You can make enemies with people or things, but never with God or water. Without water, we are nothing. 2. Never blindly follow others. Don't copy what others are doing without knowing the full truth. Many people hide their secrets, and you may end up suffering for it. 3. Don't forget the good someone has done for you because of one mistake. The river gave the villagers life, but when one tragedy happened, they